Hey friends, introducing Installed, where we talk about the technical side of mobile apps. It's a new weekly podcast hosted by me, the author of Mobtress Studio. So this podcast will delve into the technical aspects of mobile apps, exploring the latest and the greatest, as well as the apps of the past and those yet to come. So each episode will provide you with a deep dive into the inner workings of mobile apps, covering topics such as app development, design, or more of user experience, user interface, security, and much more. So hear me out. You see, as mobile engineers, we do interact with, we create our applications, right? We do the whole brainstorming. We have the user experience phase where we have to understand which problem we are solving, right? And also we come to the user interface where now we design our application, and then we are a sector of a larger part of any project, right? Because we have this backend, there is database, there are all these other faces of the tech sphere, right? But here's the thing: the idea of the podcast is that we want to come in as full-fledged mobile engineers. What that means is we're not going to come in as just focusing on the mobile app, the fact that that button clicks and does this and full stop. The understanding of the podcast is not to come in and also point out on the apps that exist or that are in the past, the problems that they had or the good things that came out of the apps. We also want, if there's a failure in any app, we come up with solutions. We look at how can we solve the problem that this app had, if it was in our case, right? And also you find that certain problems, if you've ever looked at the Play Store, App Store, if you look at the Play Store in some of the reviews, you find that certain problems you'll find maybe somebody was unable to log in, right? And it's very easy for the front-end engineers, because we are front-end engineers, in general terms, we're the ones who receive the backlash first, because the product that we create, it's what the user sees and meets up with in terms of the brand that's being produced, right? So we receive the backlash first, but sometimes, or I may say it depends, there are times when you find that because I'm not trying to say we are on the safe side, that we're not usually the root cause, but there are times that you find the problem is not with the app. Let's say, for example, if it's a HTTP request that's being pushed, right? You find the request has gone, the app has done its role, right? But we're having a hard time receiving the response, right? So you find this could be an issue maybe with the infrastructure of the backend, something to do with the cloud. You know, the things on the back end. We are front-end engineers, right? So maybe it's something to do with the back end. But you find what the backlash will come on the app itself. So the idea of us being in this podcast is understanding some of the things that may cause our apps not to perform 100%. Yes, we may not desire or have the skills of either backend, database, cloud, and all these types of infrastructures that work with a mobile app, but having the know-how and the knowledge base helps us even request, know how to ask that we need this and this in order, because we have done our part. We have created our app. We've gone through the whole phase of design, the whole phase of development. So we just want the rest of the team, the rest of the sectors that make up the team that creates this brand also understand the importance of them running strong and well, right? So it's in this podcast you'll find there'll be a lot of we'll be breaking down certain things, trying to understand in terms of if there's a certain app like Flipboard app, for example, just an example, why does it succeed until today in terms of either user experience, in terms of user interface, in terms of development? There could be a feature that they have that still hasn't been adapted to even our latest apps right now. Why? And how can we do it? Because also you find that there will be a lot to do with the development side as well, because as we get to explore, if there are certain things that we need to explore in terms of coding, this is where you also mention down in the comments below, and we get to create a tutorial for it where we can actually design or create or develop, right? So whether you're a tech enthusiast, developer, or simply curious about the world of mobile apps, Installed is a perfect podcast for you. So join me as we explore this exciting world of mobile app technology from the mind of an industry expert. And that's all for today's episode of Installed. It was just short and sweet, just to introduce what the podcast is all about. I hope you're excited as much as I am. So thank you for tuning in. And please share, and don't forget to subscribe so that you get the weekly episodes that will be coming next.